Hey everybody, Mike with Enviroscape LA. I wanted to show you a project we did here in Redondo Beach right next to the Performing Arts Center. This is a business called Quantometrics. And what's interesting about this project is that we have these big trees that have big roots in them, and so we didn't want to dig down to harm potentially harm the tree roots. So we wanted a pretty ground cover that was going to cover the this area because it was just mostly big giant roots. So we did lay some drip irrigation. You can see a little bit of it there. And then we got a lot of Kurapia, and we put it down in pieces because it's such a large area. We did lay about maybe 2 inches of soil, then we laid the Kurapia pieces on top. And then to show you the difference between the Kurapia in the shade versus the sun, now you notice the trees provide a lot of shade. So the Kurapia actually gets a lot taller in the shade. It's very shade tolerant because this doesn't get hit with any sun. Tiny little bit of filtered sun, as you can see. Then over here where there's no tree, it has a ton of flowers, and it's lower to the ground. So I think that in the shade it gets a little stressed out because it doesn't get as much sun, so it actually grows a little taller, and it doesn't get the flowers hardly at all. Whereas over here it just gets loaded with flowers. You can see what the Kurapia does. We have the Rainbird QF header here, the big brown pipe, and then the lighter brown pipe, that's the actual drip irrigation. So the idea is that we wanted this Kurapia, we ended it right here for budgeting purposes, but you can see how it actually is starting to creep into this other area. Now this is the Baccharis pilularis pigeon point. It's a California native. This is the dwarf variety, so it doesn't get very tall. And we have decorative bark around everything because the bark it attracts the mycorrhizal fungi, which develops a symbiotic relationship with the plants, and it actually helps to make the plants stronger. So anyway, this miniature coyote brush pigeon point, it actually is going to be kind of like a ground cover, like a taller ground cover, to buffer some of the sounds of the cars, because you can see there's a lot of traffic here. So just wanted to show you the difference between Kurapia in the sun, lots of flowers low to the ground, versus the shade. And this was installed not quite a year ago, I would say about 9 months ago, and it was just small pieces. I did YouTube videos of this when we originally installed it, and it looks like it took about 9 months to grow. And so if you're looking to grow Kurapia from plugs, it's going to take you about 9 months. And this just goes to show you there's a wheelchair access here. We put these California friendly plants kind of buffering the wheelchair ramp. And then we have the Kurapia all the way down there. Looks really nice. And it's over on this side too. So if you're wondering about whether or not Kurapia is tough, or if it's for you, I'd say yes. It has a lot of advantages. The Kurapia does. It's not necessarily a panacea. There's no such thing as a panacea in the plant world, but this comes highly recommended as a great ground cover to hold hillsides down. And it does spread out. One of the things is it doesn't stop growing just because it hits a curve. So you're going to have to keep those edges curved, which we do there. Here's a goldenrod. Right here, it's a California native. So we did a lot of California natives or friendlies on this project. Anyway, thanks for watching. If you have any questions, you can reach out to us at enviroscapela.com. Take care.